This is B-Boy Smurf,
And I am B-Boy Steve,
and you're now watching.
VV Arcade. Let's get into it.
The Green Llama Strike.
Oh, we are here. We are back, live and direct. Steve, how you doing, bro?
Dude, I'm doing wonderful. What about yourself, Smurf?
Man, I'm doing great, bro. I'm doing great. I'm doing awesome, actually. Oh, I'm excited.
Everything's awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited about VEVE, man. I'm fucking excited.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So let's get into it.
Let's get into it, man. So today we have Alpha Flight.
Yep.
I have that on the screen right now.
Okay.
Let's talk about it for a second before we get into the topics.
Okay.
Okay.
So I personally don't know anything about this character. The only thing I really know about this character is what I've seen on Twitter. And apparently, like, as far as I know, he's the first publicly gay superhero.
Right.
So for Pride Month, they came out with the first gay superhero, which is, I mean, I guess
Is
prideful.
this Pride Month? June?
Yeah, I think we're in Pride Month.
I thought Pride Month happened already in March.
No, I think it's Pride Month right now, and that's why they also announced they're going to come out with new Givenchy, another partnership with them, or a new NFT that they're going to be working on.
Wait. I thought when we dropped the cards, the series, that
No.
was Women's Month.
That was Women's Month.
Oh, I see what you're doing, VV. I see what you do. Well played.
They're staying relevant to the times and trying to be all inclusive, include everybody.
Yeah. I
So
like it.
So that's cool.
But this comic hasn't sold out, yo, by the way.
It hasn't
It's still
sold.
available. This is the first time that a comic book's been available for hours after the drop. I can't think of any other comic. I'm gonna check it right now, real quick.
Check it real quick.
Let me check it.
I
Right
can't really think of any other comic that goes either that hasn't sold out, like, not instantly, but within a relatively short period of time.
It's still available.
Oh wow.
That's crazy. This is how much people dislike this comic because usually people go for every comic.
Yeah, it sells out all the time.
It doesn't, even if it's a shitty comic, people are going for it.
Yeah, for sure.
They're not going for this. Is this because the community is making a statement? What are they doing?
I don't know if they're making a statement. I feel like what's starting to happen is that as the community is becoming more aware, and as like Ikomi and Vivi are saying that they're starting to get a control over the bots situation, that a lot of people that are into comics might not potentially see a lot of the value in this comic currently. And even for me, like, I'm not a super comic guy, but I do like comics. But even then, this is the first time of hearing this character, and it's just like, okay.
Alpha Flight's been around though. Alpha Flight's a Canadian superhero group.
Mm-hmm.
And we've had the first appearance of Alpha Flight. We have Alpha Flight number 1.
Yeah.
And it's up there. It's at $20 for the common, I believe, $25 for the uncommon.
Okay.
But it's really weird because people usually go for the gamble.
Yeah.
Of getting that secret rare.
Yeah, totally. That's why people buy like 5, 6, or 7 of them if they can. And it's really just because if you can get that secret rare, then it pays for everything. You get all of that back. And then you have a few that you can flip a little bit later.
Oh, I wonder what the secret rare is going for. I'm probably like $50.
I don't. Do you think so? I haven't
know.
seen a secret rare that cheap.
69.
Oh, so this might be officially like the cheapest secret rare.
You know what? Cable's getting disrespected. I think Cable was at 68. I'll double check, but I could be wrong. But
Oh man, Cable's the man.
but even at $69, 69 gems, the risk is still somewhat justified.
I mean, depends on how many you buy to get that. Because if you're paying $7 a pop, and you buy 10 of them and you land that, then you break even just on that one alone.
Right.
And then you have a few more that you can flip. But I saw it earlier this morning and it was selling for like 2 gems and 10 cents.
Well, I bought one for under 2 gems. Yeah, I bought one. I woke up at 9:30 and I looked at the market and it was I saw one for 150. And I was like, whoa, I tried buying it. I didn't get it, but I got one for 190.
Oh, wow.
And I went back to bed and I kept thinking, what? That makes no sense. Shout out to Superstar Money. They predicted $1 comics like 3 to 4 months ago. And it could potentially be the time of the day or the time where we might see $1 comic soon.
You know what though? The other day, what drop was it? What drop was right before this? I can't remember. What comic?
The Illuminati.
The one before that.
Avengers. What was the last one? I don't know.
I bought like 3 comics for like 2 gems each. And then now they're like at $4.50. And I was like, see, this is why people are buying them for so cheap, because even if you wait like a week or 2 weeks and it goes to 4 gems, which is still under retail,
Right.
you've already doubled.
Right. That is an easy way to double.
So like I'd bought a few of them and I was just watching. I was like, this is how people are doing it. So like even sometimes when I see it that cheap, if I think like, oh, that's really like undervalued, I'll buy a few of them and I'll just hold them for like a week, 2 weeks, and then I'm like, okay, well, 2 to 4 is not a lot, but if I sell 4 of them, I just got the next 2 drops for the price of 1 drop. I've just doubled
Right.
up. So it's not a bad flip. In reality, I think it's like one of the easiest ways to flip, because I feel like people just throw away their comics if they don't land like the ultra rare or the secret rare or whatever one they want. So they just toss it, and it's like, well, you know what? Let me get that, because even at 30 or 60,000 editions or however many, it's like in the future we're gonna have more than 60,000 users. We do now, so it's like once people really just start jumping in, the mass population gets in. It's gonna be like,
But the thing
5
is
gems.
that
That's
we're
nothing.
dropping so many comics
Well,
at a rate to
Uh-huh.
where it's almost 2 to 3 comics a week, right? That's 150 comics a year, and each one has 30,000 mints, right? It's just like when you walk into a comic book store right now. When you walk into a comic book store right now, behind the counter, you'll see your keys. You'll see the graded comics. You see like the ones that are worth a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then you go and you'll get, even though the comic book says 175, it's still 30 cents.
Yeah.
And there's just so many that are so unvaluable that makes the valuables more valuable. So I think that we will have dollar comics, even once we have mass adoptions. People are just gonna, it's just gonna be so many comics at this rate.
Well, yeah, there's still old school comics that are still deemed like not very valuable. And it's just going to be because maybe the writers aren't popular or the characters aren't popular or the story wasn't good, and those are going to be the things that people really like attach themselves to. If it's not the first appearance, it's not a good story. There's several factors that can carry in, but if it doesn't follow some of those criteria, it's like regardless of the age, respectfully, trash comics can still be trash in the future.
Trash comics, but you know what? Some trash comics in the real world are valuable on the app. I've started to notice that. And I think it's because on the app, a lot of people put value on the artwork, on the cover. Like the Fallen Sons. People shit on those, but those are cool covers.
Oh, yeah. I got the Fallen Sun Ultra Rare with a Wolverine versus Iron Man. Like, I know that it's not a very valuable comic, but the cover is dope.
It's dope.
I like the artwork. So it's
Right.
I think that's what's I agree. That's like kind of what's pushing that comic is like people see the two characters and it's like, maybe you don't like the story, but when you look at the cover, if you were just to see it and you didn't really know anything about it, I would look at that comic and be like, oh, this is probably good. Look, it's got Iron Man and Wolverine on it.
Yeah.
I'm already like interested.
Right. And I don't think that most people care about the story because most people don't read them. I know most people don't read their comics.
I'm gonna be real with you. Almost all of my comics, unless I have multiples of them, I haven't read them.
Yeah.
Like I have like 8 Ghost Riders. I read one of them. Like my lowest mint, like my worst mint. I read that one, and that's the only one.
Yeah.
All the other ones like untouched and just like.
Yeah, I don't read all of them, but I do go there. I don't read them from the app. That's the thing. If I do want to read a comic, I just go to Comic Fandom or go to some Marvel website and I just get the book and I start reading it online. I don't really open the book or really play with it in AR like that. I do think that the cover is going to be significant once we're able to put them in the showroom. I think that's what's going to push these comics. But what do you think?
I think one thing that'll really help the comic value is not only the ability to put them in the showroom, but like the ability to enlarge them. Like if I could put my Iron Man and Wolverine and make it look like a rug in my VV room.
Oh, that's crazy.
And make it really big.
We had this conversation.
Yeah.
I don't think you should be able to enlarge it, just like
I
the
do.
DeLorean. How you got,
do.
you're limited. It's a
disagree.
comic, because otherwise it'd just be a poster.
Yeah, but I think that's why the value of the comics exceed almost every poster, because its ability to be read.
But yeah, the community values it,
Correct.
but VEVE doesn't, because posters are obviously more at retail. So VEVE is letting us know, hey guys, this is what they're worth. It's up to us. We devalue the posters like crazy, but
Yeah. I think that like the ability to make them big would like it would just help.
It would
because-
change the game.
Oh well,
It would change
can
the
you
game.
can you imagine if on your wall you had a big picture of Wolverine or Captain America, and even though it wasn't a poster, it was the comic book. But when you walk into the room, it just looks like the wall is covered by
Yeah,
it.
that's fresh.
That's fresh.
That's fresh. No, don't get me wrong.
That's fresh.
I would want that. I would want to decorate, but when you do that, now the poster is gonna go down the tank. Because, for example, we got the Star Wars posters.
Dope.
If you got the Star Wars comics, what's
Uh-huh.
the point of having the posters where you can just enlarge the comics? Especially the Uncommon. The Uncommon is a movie poster.
Oh, I got the Uncommon. I got 2 of them.
I got the Uncommon as well.
I was like, when I bought it, I was like, I hope I get the Uncommon. And I was like, yes.
Yeah, I like that
It
one
was like
more.
one of the first
I
times I
think
ever
the
hoped for
common-
something like that.
Yeah. I think the common is gonna be more valuable though than all of them, really.
Why?
Because it's just the iconic vintage look of the book itself. You know, I think that the rest of them are cool, the ultra rare, the secret rare, but they don't look like the comic book. I think there's something about a comic book that needs to look like a comic book.
I understand.
And the artwork, it's original. I mean, they're all original because I believe all the covers were in the comic book as well, or variants covers of them. But I think that the original one's gonna be the most valuable in the long run. I could be wrong.
I can see that. I for the Star Wars stuff, I personally think that the Uncommon might do very well just because
will.
of the poster.
They're all gonna do very
yeah,
well.
yeah. Well, Star Wars is very
Yeah, yeah,
strong,
yeah.
but I still think it should be enlarged. I think the ability to enlarge your comic book should still be there. Cause like, for example, I don't really have any intention to buy the Alpha Flight, and I don't own no Mermacornos or Unicornos or anything like that. But if I could enlarge it and you could put the pride flag, the rainbow behind the wall, and put all your
Ooh.
Mermacornos on the wall,
That's sick.
that's a dope scene.
Are you correlating Mormon with the pride flag?
No, I'm just saying that the color scheme would look very well together.
Well played, well played.
You know, it would look dope. And for people that are in the LGBTQ community, maybe they're not into Alpha Flight, but if they could have a rainbow floor or a rainbow ceiling, and then you have the Coke ball in the building on the top
Yeah.
looking like a disco ball, like you're kind of killing it now.
You can make a gay room. That's fresh. That's fresh.
You know, you could have an LGBTQ
Club, nightclub.
Yeah,
You have
exactly.
a gay nightclub in the VV verse.
Exactly.
That's fresh.
Exactly. Oh, that's gonna make money.
If we can put our own audio in these showrooms, it's over.
Well, I think that would fall into the issue of copywriting then, because then now it's like, well, what if I want to play Kendrick Lamar, or I want to play Dr. Dre, or I want to play, I don't know, anything. You know, I want to play the Macarena. Like then, you know, do I have the copyrights to play that in the VV verse?
Because you would be charging people to come into your space.
Correct.
And now you'd be making money out
Now
of
I'm
it.
making money off of this copyrighted music. Would I have to have like a music license to do this? Because I run a karaoke bar, and we have to have licenses so that when people play Bohemian Rhapsody or whatever they're singing, they get, I don't know if it's like a fraction of a cent or whatever it is.
Really?
Yeah, well, these music rights, they pay Sony, and they pay you know, all these music groups for the rights to use their songs so we can profit.
Mm.
So if that was the case, I think Vivi or Nakomi would have to get music cleared that we could play, unless you have your own music.
Yeah, unless you have your maybe we're gonna be connected to an NFT music platform, and interoperability will between both, where you can bring in those sound NFTs.
So right now the only person I know that's doing that is Non-Fungible Wonderful. Shout out Non-Fungible Wonderful. Make sure you follow him on Twitter and on YouTube. Check out his music. His music's banging. If you're all into Vivi and Nakomi and all of that, check it out. I'm all into it. I'm mad that I don't own any of the digital rights, because he was selling his songs and you could buy percentages of them.
Oh, cool.
So he's probably one of the first artists that actually you might be able to play in the VV verse, because other people actually own the rights to his music.
Right. Mm.
So that'd be like maybe like another stream if you could open up the VV verse and play whatever genre and music artist you want to hear.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna definitely need to not make this app boring.
Oh yeah, because I can only listen to like the Disney song on the lenticular card so many times.
Right. But I could even do that. I can do that if I'm able to spend time with my friends in my vault. I could have that playing low in the background, just as an environment music.
True.
As long as I can have you, my 3 other homies, and we're just all chilling, playing mini games in the vault in my showroom.
I agree.
You know, if we could be playing chess with the villains, if we're all hanging out together in my showroom type
the,
shit, you
the
know?
emoji villains.
Yeah, something like
There
that.
you go. There you go.
But I think that's what we need. We need some type of social aspect for us to be able to, because it's boring. Like there's nothing to do in the app right now, and
Except design.
except that even then, this shit crashes all day. So I would like to communicate with people better. You know, like I would like to use the at functions. Sometimes you can't at people correctly. Messages erase. You can't direct message. And I think that even if we just had that, we can start building community within the app. And that's difficult right now. And that's just enough to keep me happy at least.
Oh yeah, that's just enough like Twitter. Twitter, we just atting and chatting, and
that's
that's
all
it.
we're doing.
You know,
Like a digital space or NFT Twitter. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
yeah, that's all. Like that's something I think that needs to be added, but it's also like I feel like that, like in the background, I'm sure that's not a very easy thing to accomplish. Now, I'm not very like tech savvy. Like I can't program a website or any of these things that we're talking about.
Right.
But I feel like, you know, that can't be like the easiest thing in the world.
To create like a chat room, I'm pretty sure that's pretty basic.
But a chat room that's like includes like everyone can join and we can all
Or
chat.
like a Yahoo chat room.
Mm.
That's I'm pretty sure that's basic programming. Guys, please let me know in the comments down below.
Yeah, I have no
But
idea.
If Yahoo did it, and that was one of the first functions in AOL, was the chat rooms. And
Yeah,
people,
yeah. Well, at the first, that was the only function.
Exactly.
Besides the websites.
So if that was the first, what makes us think that we can't just go back and implement that type of technology? I mean,
That's true.
a chat room on VEVE would be dope. And
Oh,
you can
yeah.
build like different Discord groups within VEVE. So you're gonna have to have.
So you don't have to be in Discord.
I hate Discord. I'm on it, but I don't like doing it. I don't like using it. I like using VEVE.
Oh,
So-
yeah. It would be much better if I could, like, instead of being on Twitter and Discord and whatever else you're on talking about VEVE, if I could just be on VEVE talking about VEVE.
Yeah, and you make it exclusive to where people can see the group, but they can't join unless you're invited. That's what makes this cool. This is what makes people want to be involved, something they can't be involved in.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Exclusivity
exclusivity
makes people want to be a part of something.
Yeah, the cool
And even, but there
kids.
still have to be like a general chat, but there would have to be
There
like
would be.
channels that people could jump in or you have to be
Yeah.
invited in.
That's all you would need. As for now, that would keep me so happy.
Oh, well, it would just give more it would increase the amount of time from each user being spent on VEVE. If I could be on VEVE talking about VEVE, then I would be on VEVE talking about VEVE instead of on Twitter.
Making it a date app, a dating app. Not officially, but people could fall in love on VEVE. And,
Oh, yeah. People fall in love in the most strangest places on the internet. So why not on VEVE?
and you already got something in common. You both love Electras, you know? So
Oh my God.
it is what it
We both
is.
love Electras.
guys, if you guys are watching this right now, please like and subscribe. We got some topics that we're going to talk about today. We kind of went on a little rant right now.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
Should we get into a topic? What do you think?
Okay, so let's jump into the most recent one, Jurassic Park.
Oh man, Jurassic Park.
So everyone got their AMC codes recently, and people have been putting it up on VEVE. So it was like 3 posters.
There is more than that.
It was the 3 posters, right? What else was there?
Is it just that? June? I thought there was one from Germany and Italy. So each one has their own poster, or each one has 3.
I'm not sure. As far when I looked on the VEVE app, I just saw the 3 posters.
Okay, so I believe there is 3. Okay.
It was the blue and yellow. I can't even say the name, the Dalphosaurus or something like that.
We got the Tyrannosaurus Rex, the AMC Blue and Beta, and
Yep.
the Dilophosaurus.
Dilophosaurus. I knew something like that.
The
Yeah.
I know how to do it. I'm a Jurassic Park fan.
Are
When-
you?
When I was a kid, I loved Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park was a good movie.
But I'm gonna be honest.
Uh-huh.
The T-Rex.
Uh-huh.
Did you go for the drop?
No.
Okay, neither did I.
Well, I saw that. I saw it on Twitter that they said it wasn't going to be drivable.
But where did that come? Why
Oh.
would a dinosaur be rideable?
No, drivable.
Drivable.
Because like last year when they first when they leaked it, like it came out and there was videos of people controlling the T-Rex. So there was like the same way you control the RC,
Oh, I see what
they
you're
were controlling the
saying.
T-Rex.
That doesn't make any sense.
Oh, that's so awesome.
That is awesome. That
I
is
think-
awesome. But
I think the whole point of that is like even with just that function alone, like earlier I saw someone create a video of the T-Rex and Thor together
I
on a
did see
Marvel
that.
What If. If
Yeah,
you guys haven't seen
I
it,
seen that.
it's on the VV Digital Collectibles Twitter. They made a video. Somebody made a video of it, and even just seeing that, I was like, oh my gosh, that's so creative. And so even with just that, it just kind of gives you the opportunity to like create your own scene.
Yeah, I do get it, and it would be fun to control a T-Rex. But if that was the case, then why not make all the other collectibles drivable? You know,
I'm not.
I'm not opposed to it.
Yeah. I'm not opposed to that.
I would love to control a Doctor Doom and shit. That'd be so cool.
Although I think the difference is that for you to control some of them, like I think like controlling the kit and controlling the DeLorean and the Aston Martin are awesome. It's fun.
Right.
But the fun only lasts for so long because I can't race anyone. I can't see
Yeah.
now the moment that it, like Steven Smurf can link our phones through Bluetooth and now we can race each other.
Well, I believe that's where we should be going.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we should be going. So, you know, it would take time. We might be able to do this in 3 years, you know, the soonest, I believe. I don't think this is going to be something that's next year where we're already racing each other. I mean, the technology is somewhat already there. You know, Niantic's been working on a lot of this AR technology to where you can run around and throw laser lights at each other in real time. And you know, but a drivable T-Rex, yes, ideally I would want that, but would it make sense? No.
I think the value of the T-Rex, I think this T-Rex is like at 200 and something.
Is that 200 right now? Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that if it was drivable, the community would just value it more. Now,
You
granted,
know what?
it might not be.
Maybe because the DeLorean went drivable and
Price
people
went actually down.
they went down.
They went well. It announced drivability. It went from like 700 to 900, and then literally like the next day it was back down to like 6 something.
Right. People got more hype on the announcement of the possibility of it being drivable than when it actually became drivable.
Well, they sold you on the news. All the people that bought it at 900 at the high got sold on the news, and then they cashed out, and people brought it back down, and the people that sold it jumped back in and made like 200-300 gems off of it.
Yeah.
So I'm not mad at the hustle.
I'm not
but
mad.
You know, my drivable DeLorean, I play with that more than I do the non-drivable one, and that was the first one that I showed everybody. But anyways, so let's jump back real quick. So Jurassic Park, right? So no, I didn't get any of the T-Rexes.
Okay, good for you, man. Good for
I
you.
think personally, I think 4 T-Rexes is too many. I don't think that's necessary. They should have just if they're really doing the rarities, I felt like it could have just been 2, non-drivable and drivable, and that's it. And
I would have preferred having 4 different dinosaurs and then have the T-Rex animated.
yeah, if there was 4 dinosaurs,
Oh, I would have gone for it.
Yeah, I would have bought 4 boxes.
Oh, for
and
sure.
hope that I completed the set.
And not only just that, but get at least 2 secret rares or ultra rares or whatever that T-Rex is.
Yeah, for sure.
Sell one, get the whole set.
So talking about that, they just announced it 1 hour ago, as of this recording, that this Saturday, 8 a.m. Pacific time, they're coming out with the next dinosaur.
Ooh, VEVE, do you love me? Let's go find VEVE real quick. Let's go find VEVE. Oh, I lost VEVE. Okay, let's take a look at this right here. Oh, I see the Buzz Lightyear. Oh, I see the new dinosaur.
Yeah.
Blue is next up in our Jurassic World Dominion collection. As the leader of the pack, they keep using the she on all the dinosaurs.
All the dinosaurs are girls.
Which is, you know, the T-Rex, they actually found eggs between her legs on one of the fossils. So T-Rex was a female, but
okay.
collection as the leader of the pack, she is a highly intelligent and empathic. Sorry guys, I'm Spanish. Emphatic. Define any genetic coding her makers could have imagined.
So I think, is this like the Velociraptor?
This is, you know what? I don't really know as far as
What kind of
dinosaur names.
What kind of dinosaur this is?
What kind of dinosaur this is. But something that I do got to say, though, is that if we ever have a type of situation where you can put your NFTs in front of your house, having an animated T-Rex is fucking cool. You know, the problem is that I would want like 10 other types of dinosaurs to create a Jurassic World in my space.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know? But I do believe that somebody's gonna buy 100 of these animated T-Rexes and just have a theme park.
Oh, I think VV Vault did it. They bought they have 10 or 12 T-Rexes in their vault, and they have 4 ultra rares, and it looks crazy because the vault door opens and you see 4 T-Rexes moving around. You're like, oh, this is kind of crazy.
Ooh.
So it's kind of tight. It's
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
in the front. It's kind of tight.
It is dope. The problem with the T-Rex is that, one, yes, it's T-Rex, but a T-Rex is a T-Rex. There's nothing that makes this T-Rex unique to another T-Rex except for the scars that it has, you know? So it's like anybody could make a T-Rex and it's a T-Rex. It's not like a superhero where you can see Superman like, oh, that's Superman. A T-Rex is just a dinosaur.
Yeah, yeah,
You know, it's not
Someone else can
recognizable.
come out with a T-Rex and you're like, oh, well, how do I know the difference?
Right. And I knew that I thought the T-Rex was going to sit at 150, the animated one, because we have so many other grails to compete with that dinosaur that it's going to be difficult for the dinosaur to pass over anything that we have for
Well, so based on that alone, even if you watch the old interviews of Alfred Kahn and David Yu, they talk about being the Walmart, of NFTs. And when I go to Walmart, there's a bunch of stuff on the shelves that are available for purchase right now. Walmart's not sold out.
No.
You know what I mean? So they're holding true to what they're saying. There's gonna be stuff on there that's not gonna sell out.
Most of it.
And that's fine. But there's gonna be stuff that's you have to genuinely be a fan of this. Jurassic Park, I like Jurassic Park.
Yeah, I like
Am I a
Jurassic Park.
huge fan? No.
No.
I'll tell you this. I bet you Terminator would probably sell out immediately.
Oh yeah, Terminators. I actually had this conversation having a Terminator skeleton. An animated one. It's over.
Or if they had the Terminator T-3000, the guy that gets shot in terms
T1000.
T1, oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
Right?
Oh, that would be
See?
fresh.
But now you see
the vehicles, the motorcycle. You got Arnold one, an Arnold statue. That's different though because this is recognizable. Jurassic Park.
I think that's where the issue lies, is that the dinosaurs, VEVE could make Jurassic Park dinosaurs, Mattel could make them, Hasbro could make them, and
A dinosaur's a dinosaur.
yeah, there's no real distinguishing factors in between them.
I wouldn't pay $200 for an animated T-Rex. At this moment,
No.
there's other items that I could go get a Golden Moments Donald and Daisy for $200.
Yeah,
And I think that's a better bet.
Winnie the Pooh, Timon and Pumbaa.
Any of the Golden Moments.
Yeah.
But then again, it's animated. So I think that has some value, maybe not.
I think that has value, but only to the people that hold value to it. Like you said, if I could geolocate these, if you're on your AR app and you look past my house and there was a T-Rex in front of my
That's
house,
fresh.
then okay, now we're talking value, because when you look, you're like, oh, you'd be like, yo, how do you get to Smurf's house? You'd be like, oh, he's got a T-Rex in front of his house. When you look in AR, you're like, oh, I see it. I'm on my way. Now we're talking. You're like, oh, right?
But there's so many other items on the app. A dinosaur would be cool.
Yeah. But again, I go back to, they said they're trying to be like Walmart, and Walmart has plenty of toys and stuff for other people to purchase and look at and play with and buy, that unless it has a true value or the fan base is above and beyond, it's probably not going to sell out, at least not immediately, and not for
It's
a
not
while.
sold out yet?
What?
The
T-Rex?
Jurassic Park?
Oh, I mean, I don't know. I haven't checked. The last time I checked, it wasn't, but this was also days ago,
Okay.
because I wasn't going to get one.
Yeah. Somebody hit me up, excited about it. He's like, yo, I'm going for the T-Rex. And the first thing I thought of is man, I'm going to be upset if I spend the $50 and get a common or uncommon, because I know it's going to go below retail. And I couldn't take the gamble.
That's the gamble.
But if I really wanted one, I didn't think it was going to be out of my reach. It's not like an item that's going to moon right off the bat,
No.
An animated T-Rex, I was going to be able to buy that shit in the market for between 100 to 150. That's what I thought,
Yeah.
And it sat there for a minute.
Yeah. But if you notice, the same way with the animation, the Darth Vader, the animated Darth Vader is cracking.
Oh, that's cracking.
Yeah, well, the cheapest I saw it was after the drop, it was like 400,
Yeah,
and then I saw it
500.
600, then 800. Right now, I think it's at 1.6K.
Yeah.
Yesterday, it was at 1.4. It dipped a little.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, if this thing gets down to 1.2.
Man, that's a 25 to 45K item in the next bull run. Darth Vader's 20 plus K.
Vader's
in the next Bull Run.
I think Vader's gonna just be one of those things that it's always gonna be valuable.
Yeah,
Because Darth Vader, it's like the fandom for Star Wars is ridiculous.
it's
It trans-
ridiculous.
It's one of the few things that transcends generations.
Man, did I tell you I've never seen Star Wars?
Yeah, I saw your tweet. I was like,
Yeah, prior to like maybe a week and a half ago. So I spent the last week and a half watching. I watched 5 Star Wars movies back to back. You know, so I'm up. I'm caught up, guys. I'm caught up.
Man.
Okay.
I was into Star Wars a long time ago. I remember I even used to have friends that were so into Star Wars that they had the Jedi, like the little ponytail that came out like right behind their ear.
Yeah,
coming
yeah,
down.
yeah.
I used to think. You
Oh
guys,
no, they were just emo. They were just
yeah,
emo.
yeah. Yo, shout out to all my emo friends that had the Jedi trying to be cool. I'll be real with y'all. Y'all were not cool, but but you guys might have been cool people. But I understand. But again, I think that the difference is that the fandom for Jurassic Park.
Star Wars.
No, the fandom for Jurassic Park
Okay.
doesn't match.
Oh, never.
You know, and that's why the price and even the sellout speed, you know, isn't even comparable. So Jurassic Park came out years ago, and maybe it's been around for like 2 generations, maybe 3, but it doesn't unite generations. It's not like, oh, did you see Jurassic Park Part 1?
But,
Oh my God, no one talks like that about
but Jurassic Park has nothing memorable to it, and I love Jurassic Park.
it. I
but
mean, it's
the
a good
actor-
story.
No. Think about this. When you think of Star Wars,
Mhm.
there's memorable characters.
Correct.
Darth Vader. We got C-3PO and R2-D2.
Yeah.
This is something that even visually is recognizable, like just the shape of an R2-D2.
Oh yeah, I know what
It's
that
like,
is.
oh shit, I've never seen the movie prior to a week and a half ago, and I know who these characters are.
Yeah.
T-Rex is T-Rex. Now, who are the people going to the theme park in the movie? I can't even think of who they are.
Oh shit.
See, and if it was like Denzel Washington,
Yeah,
like,
I can.
you know,
I can see their faces in my head, but I cannot think of a name.
Jurassic Park is a good movie.
Good
it's
movie.
like Jumanji.
Jumanji's a great movie.
Yes, but what are you gonna sell? Robin Williams? What? Because the animals are just animals.
Yeah, that's true.
And even the book itself is not recognizable like that, even though it's a great IP. So I think that
That's true.
recognizability has a lot to do with it. And T-Rex is hype right now, but I don't think this is gonna be a good item long term. I think a Woody would be better than that.
Oh, for sure. Toy Story, easy. If your character has to be identifiable. Like, yeah, it's a T-Rex, and we can all identify that, but there's nothing tying that to anything. You're just like, oh, T-Rex. I can go to Walmart and buy a toy T-Rex that's made from some random company in China. It doesn't change anything.
It doesn't change anything. But you know what is recognizable in Jurassic Park?
What?
The vehicles.
The
That Jeep.
The Jeep.
If you drop the Jeep,
If the Jeep was drivable and you
It's
dropped
over.
the Jeep, the Jeep would probably outperform the T-Rex.
I would rather have the motorcycle be drivable before the T-Rex. That motorcycle's cool.
I'm going with Jeep. Jeep. I would think Jeep, T-Rex, anything else.
Jeep, anything else, T-Rex. Because, I love Jurassic Park, but guys, I almost feel like whoever's putting all their money into this, there's other things that you can be purchasing other than this Jurassic Park stuff, guys. But then again, who am I, bro? Who am I? Nobody.
Yeah. This is just my opinion. I don't really know.
Yeah, this is just my opinion. So you didn't go for the drop.
No.
I didn't go for the drop. Did you buy any of the dinosaurs in the aftermarket?
No.
Okay, neither did I.
I didn't buy none of the dinosaurs. I didn't buy none of the posters are up there right now. I didn't buy none of the posters. I don't care to. Although when they drop the Buzz Lightyear stuff, I'm going.
See, and I love Toy Story. I love Jurassic Park. They're both in the same capsule of time.
Oh, okay.
I
I was
believe.
like,
You know, I'm not saying tier. You know,
Okay,
Toy
okay.
Story is
hold on.
Woody is Woody, and
Yeah.
Woody's legendary.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the only problem with this new Buzz Lightyear is that Woody's not involved, or other past characters aren't involved. This is Buzz Lightyear's story.
Yeah. Well, I think in the future, because of like the notoriety and how popular some of these characters are, I don't think there's anything wrong with some of the characters not being involved in every single thing. You know,
Right.
Like I literally went to Walmart yesterday and they had a whole little Buzz Lightyear section. They had new Buzz Lightyear toys and and his spaceship and all these things. And I was like, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing telling me in my head that there needs to be a Woody too.
No,
And there needs to be a Slinky.
No.
I'll tell you this. The T-Rex in Toy Story
We'll do better than
Yeah.
this Jurassic Park drop. Because that's recognizable.
Yeah.
That little green,
Yeah.
that's so cool.
He's a little emo too.
He is a little emo. He's a little dino.
But when the Buzz Lightyear stuff comes out, I am gonna go for the Buzz Lightyear stuff. If they have the NFTs just on VV alone, I'll get some of them. And even when they come out, when AMC announces like the movie tickets, and you get the Buzz Lightyear NFT with buying it, I'll probably buy a few movie tickets.
I might buy a few movie tickets. I can buy the Jurassic Park movie tickets
I didn't either.
just because it doesn't move me like that. But
No.
somebody commented, do you guys think Darth will be the next Partners or R2D2?
I think in the future, I don't know if Darth is gonna beat Partners, just because that's like the head of Disney. Like without them, a lot of these things that we grew up watching wouldn't exist.
Right,
So
right.
even though like it's not animated or anything like that, the actual value of Mickey Mouse and Walt Disney, I think supersedes most of this.
I believe.
But this is just my belief. But I do think though the ability to use your Darth Vader, or the fact that it's animated, could give it a good run in the future.
Yeah, I don't think Darth will be more valuable than Walt, than the partner statue. That's a tough one. But I do believe that it'll be more valuable than R2D2.
Yeah.
I do believe that, just because of the animated aspect will take it far.
Well, not only that, but there's, they continuously, I mean, I don't know if there's any more planned in the future. I'm sure there will be, but they keep coming out with Star Wars. There's going to probably be another movie sometime down the
Another
road.
series.
Yeah, and whether or not the community likes them, like I've heard a lot of people complain about the Obi-Wan Kenobi series and whatever, but they're not stopping.
No.
Like maybe I'm sure there's a Walt Disney documentary, but there's no Walt Disney movie that's like appealing to generations.
Mickey Mouse is appealing to generations, though.
Yeah, but it's not a box office smash.
No. Yeah, I don't see. You know what? People in the community would value the Walt over Darth Vader. The sentiment of it,
Yeah.
Walt VEVE values Walt over Darth Vader because they drop Walt at 100 or 333 gems.
Yep.
Right.
The 33 Club.
So they already value it more. So
Correct.
I would go with what VEVE says more than what the community says, even though the community has more control of where the prices go. But I think the community values the Walt, and there's only one Walt. There's only one Walt.
Yeah.
It's
there's
not
three
like
Darth Vaders.
there's 3 Darth Vaders, So do you think that it has an effect on an item?
Yes.
Having 3, because I try to compare Superman versus Thor,
Uh-huh.
thinking that guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I think that the secret rare Thor will outrun the Superman.
Ooh. Ooh.
And I have a
okay.
theory that I'm working on a video on, guys, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, what do you think? Do you think that the Thor could be more valuable than Superman?
I think so I think it's possible because Thor is a little more relevant to our time as they keep pushing Thor products currently. But the only thing that's hindering me on that is that there's only one Superman.
Yeah, and he's the first superhero.
It's Superman. Duh.
Superman.
Yeah. Duh. It's very recognizable. I'm not saying Thor isn't, but it's Superman. Like I don't know how else to explain it.
Even when you're a kid and you're trying to show off your muscles, like Superman, like that, you're gonna say Thor.
Yeah.
Well, at
yeah.
least for myself.
Yeah.
But I'm older though, so
Yeah, well, I understand, but I'm still gonna go Superman just because I feel that the reduced supply from Superman versus Thor is what's gonna hold its value. I think.
But there's only one secret rare.
I'm still going Superman. I'm still going Superman.
Okay. Okay. How about and obviously now
Uh-huh.
Superman came out way before Thor, so it has a little bit more of a head start.
Mhm.
But I think that maybe 3 to 5 years, Thor could be worth more than Superman, especially if Superman doesn't become relevant.
Well, currently right now they're pushing out some more Thor products.
Yeah,
Not more Thor products, but like
movies.
more movies. So until they come out with like the next Superman movie or something that's, the next Superman comic or TV show or whatever it is, Superman's going to be kind of stagnant. I mean, I'm sure as the market grows, the price will go up because the ability to purchase one will go down, but until there's an increased desire for it, it's gonna move slowly. And I think right now, I think in the very beginning, VEVE was putting out things that were iconic to draw the attention. And right now they're putting out, if you notice, like everything they're putting out is tied into something that's currently coming out.
Right.
And so that's what's giving these items a pump. And I think, for example, in 3 years from now, right, if they don't come out with another Thor thing from now, what's holding Thor up?
Do you think that they dropped Superman on purpose before anything else? That's one of the first items. I noticed that, like Marvel Comics #1, they dropped that first. And
I think they're going for historical pieces first. And that's
Right,
what
right,
kind of
right.
leads me in the direction to believe that Superman's going to be more valuable because, I mean, I've watched a couple of videos where they talk about how Thor's franchise is larger than Superman's. I saw it on Cavell Anderson's thing where he's always comparing Thor to a lot of characters. But just personally, I just feel that they dropped Superman first because they knew Superman was going to draw more attention.
Okay, it's gonna bring more validity
Yeah,
to the platform
I think
because
so.
when somebody hears, especially somebody that's into comics, if they hear you got a like a platform with NFTs and you got superheroes, well, you got Superman, Batman. These are like the first names that come to mind. I don't think it's Thor.
No, I don't
Just
think.
the name Superman
Yeah,
brings superhero.
yeah,
Superman.
yeah.
That's the greatest name ever.
Although I do think Batman will outperform Superman.
Ooh, it has already in a sense.
Yeah, but I think it'll continue because I think that even as a not only as an NFT but as people, I think people relate more to Batman because it's an actual person. Well, not as like it's like a real person, but it's Batman. It's like it's based
From
on
Earth.
it's based on a normal person who's out there fighting crime or whatever he's doing, and it's easier to identify as like doing that. And I think that's why it's a little more relevant than Superman.
Yeah, you're right. But everybody thinks Batman's an asshole, so
I mean, I got a lot of people think I'm an asshole too. So,
fair enough.
But here we are.
There's somebody in the comments that says, "Let's not be ridiculous here. Thor is not going to beat Superman. Come on, bro."
I agree. I don't think Thor will. Although I do think Thor in the short term, like again, if they keep coming out with movies or TV shows and toys and whatever it is for the Thor thing, then I believe the price will not beat Superman, but the actual increase in price may beat Superman's. Like if Superman were to jump 50%, right? And Thor jumped 70%, Thor would still be under Superman.
You don't think that Thor being animated has a little edge over Superman?
I think it has a little edge, but I just don't feel like Thor is as iconic.
Yeah. It isn't. I mean, Thor, the name in the Greek god, is Greek, right?
Yeah.
Has been around.
Well, I think it's Nordic.
Nordic. Oh yeah, he is Nordic. He's a Viking.
Mm.
Has been around. The story of Thor has been around longer than Superman.
Yeah.
So historical value of Thor
Mm.
has nothing to do with it.
No.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't think so.
Guys, we're gonna try to jump into another topic. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments down below. Thor or Superman? Secret Rare Thor.
I'm going Superman regardless.
I have Superman. Well,
So
you
do I.
have Superman too.
Yeah, I got Superman. I bought Superman last year in an auction for 100 gems.
Dang, I wish I was around for that, guys.
I was nervous too. It was like one of the first few ones that I bought. I was like, 100 gems? Like, what am I doing? I remember exactly where I was. I was like, man, am I really doing this? And then it says, boom, you got it. You have 24 hours to pay. And I was like, I guess I got to pay. And I bought it and I was like, you know what? Like literally like 2 weeks later, I was like, thank God.
Yeah,
Why
yeah,
was
yeah.
I nervous?
Yeah. Superman's a good bet, man. Superman's a good bet, and I wasn't around here early enough to get a lot of the items at a good rate, but I'm very fortunate enough to be here while the market crashed because now I can get them.
Now you can't get them at a good rate.
Now I could get them at a better rate
Uh-huh.
than what they were. Because I saw Superman, he was at like 6,000 or some crazy shit like that.
Yeah, he was at a stupid number. I'm mad I didn't sell, but at the same rate, for a lot of my collectibles that I have, and even for my Omi too, I've put like timelines on some of them. Some of them are like 3-year holds. Some of them are 5-year holds. My Superman's like a 10-year hold. Like it doesn't matter what the price is. I'm just gonna hold.
Yeah.
Unless the price hits like $1 million, then daddy needs a new car and I got bills to pay and stuff like that. Then we're talking. But until then,
well,
he's
maybe that brings us to our next topic, which is strategy.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's talk about strategy, guys. We want to know what your strategies are and what you guys are doing on the app. What you guys are doing? Are you guys putting timeline on your items? Are you guys just freestyling? What is your VV strategy?
So for me personally, I have a couple of not a bunch of strategies that I'm following, but I have a few things, like I said, for each collectible based on what I perceive the value to be and the way the market treats them. Like, for example, my Darth Vader, that's 10 years.
Right.
I'm holding like Darth Vader, Superman, some of the comics I'm holding for a long time. Like it's just.
And what does that mean? Does that mean you're just going to keep them in your collection and not touch them, not sell them?
Correct.
Okay, I see.
Like there's some things like if I would have like when I got Superman for $100 and he was in the thousands, I could have flipped and came back and bought a few of them now.
And that's my strategy now.
So I understand that. But for me personally, like the flipping game is where a lot of money can be made in the market, and I totally understand that. And there are some items that I will flip, that I'll flip back and forth, but like items like that, I just feel like for me personally, the headache or like the stress level of like, all right, I'm gonna sell it now. All right, now I gotta hope and wait.
Yeah,
like,
that's stressful.
It's stressful.
That's stressful.
And I feel like, not to say that it's not worth it, because if I could have sold my Superman then and bought like 5 of them now, the stress would have paid off.
How would you know though, right?
Yeah,
there's no way you could have known that. And the possibility of you selling your item and then never coming down is definitely there.
Yeah.
It's definitely
there. I saw the tweet from Randy Chavez. He sold his Darth Vader ultra rare for like $650 or $750, and now it's like at $1,600, and it's like,
oh,
like maybe it'll come back down, but I don't know if it'll ever hit that price.
I don't think people are gonna let it. If the Darth Vader goes at 1,100, whales are gonna come in and scoop it up. I mean, I don't. Even for myself, if Vader came down to 1,000, I'm buying another one.
Oh yeah.
And it's not even a question about it. And there's people in the app that feel the same way.
Oh yeah.
Just because you've already seen it sit. It's like the Todd. The Todd's not going under 2K. And yo, shout outs to my collectibles. I see you down there. My collectibles got one at 2,000, right? I've been looking at Batman because I'm now trying to potentially get one if it hits under 2K.
Yeah.
I don't see it hit under 2K because the community understands the value of Batman.
The community holds the value to it.
Right.
So yeah. So like, for me personally, my strategy is, for like some of these low comics, like for example, like in Alpha Flight, maybe you put 20 gems in there and you get 10 of them, and you wait a month or 2 months, and then you sell them all. Boom.
Right,
now
right,
we're like
right.
at 40, 50, 60 gems, and that's a good flip because that was low risk. I mean, not high reward, but 3x over something that you don't even care about. That's a good flip.
Right.
That's a good flip.
I've been somewhat doing that with comics. I've been stacking up on some comics, and I do have a lot of the comic grails, but I also been paying attention to undervalued comics that are for like two gems, like a Silver Surfer Black. Man, that cover is amazing. One of my favorite covers on the app, the uncommon, amazing cover. The guy holding like, and then the rare is great too, where you got Silver Surfer with the surfboard and you see the reflection with all the Fantastic Four. Bro, that's epic. And so I've been stacking up on those just because I believe that in the future, especially if you're able to display your comic books in the showroom, people are going to put a lot of value onto comics that look good, not just have good stories or are valuable in a sense,
'Cause if you're creative with it, it'll make your showroom look dope.
Yeah, and even if you're not, just like the Fallen Sun that you have, just having Wolverine in the cover is valuable.
Yeah.
That's dope. Wolverine is dope.
For sure.
So
for me personally, my strategy is like, I know it's high risk, high reward, but me personally, I just don't like the stress of that. And I mean, I know if you stress yourself out, you're gonna make more money. I understand that. But for me personally, I like to keep VV fun.
Right.
And I know you can make money, but I rely on other sources of income because I enjoy the freedom that I have with VV. And it's like almost like any other art form. Once you start attaching prices to it and things like that, there starts becoming expectations and stress starts falling. Like even as a professional dancer, I love dancing, but there's times when you have to do these gigs and you got to work with these people maybe you're not very fond of, but the money's good, but you don't like the song, and it's like you're kind of like devaluing not what you're doing, but the way it makes you feel.
Right.
And I enjoy the way. I mean, obviously, I think Vivi could do things and make me happier, but the way that I use Vivi is I use it for entertainment and for joy. And once I start attaching like too much value to it or like too much work to it, then it kind of devalues the entertainment value for me.
Right.
And so that's why I give myself these timelines. Like, okay, I'm gonna hold my Superman for 10 years, but I'll check on it once a year. And if it just randomly skyrockets and I feel that that's enough for me, then maybe that's enough for me. Like, you know, everyone's going to have whatever their number may be. Like if I want my Superman to be 1 million and I'm not selling until 1 million, then I have to be prepared to hold it for 10, 20, 30 years.
Right.
But if I see it 100K and I can cash out 100K, for me personally, that's life-changing money.
Yeah.
100K,
I mean, for anybody, shit. 100K?
I mean, not for everybody. There's whales out there. 100K is just fun.
Yeah,
know?
but even to them, they were like, "Oh yeah, I could get 20 Tods and shit." Like,
yeah, well, see what I mean? So there's also that, like, you know, if you have a number in your head and you're okay with waiting, then there's nothing wrong with being patient. Nothing wrong with being patient.
Nothing wrong with being patient. I don't really sell off, or my strategy is simple, man. As I've had my own grails because I came in here a little late. You know, I was in here December of last year. So by the time I came on, some of these grails were unobtainable, like Spider-Man, the Walt, you know.
Out of
reach. Then for my generation of users, I came in a wave where the Steamboat Willie was a grail for me.
Yeah.
You know?
I bought one of those stupidly.
Yo, we should have sold ours at 8,000. It's at 700 like a week ago, you know. You're not stupid because you never know. You don't know.
I bought it at almost 5K.
Yo, I bought my Darth Vader at 2,400. Yeah.
But that's not that bad though. I mean,
that's not that bad. But for me to buy it at 24 and then 2-3 days later it's at 14,
yeah,
I'm just like, you know. But the thing is that, see, when I came in here, a lot of the items like Superman was unobtainable, like a C3PO was unobtainable.
Yeah.
So and then for me, I was stacking up Donald and Daisies.
Yeah.
You know, I had 3 of those, and then I had my own grails.
Yeah.
But as soon as the prices start crashing more and more and more, those items started being more visually in my horizon, you know?
Yeah.
I saw C3PO and he was like 1,000. I'm like, oh shit, I remember him being at 6.
Yeah.
Okay, let me get rid of these Donalds and Daisies because I'm gonna position myself way better with a C3PO than a Donald and Daisy. Which, don't get me wrong, Donald and Daisy is a $2,000 to $3,000 item, you know, and hopefully in the next market. I mean, not hopefully, I don't have any, but hopefully, because I believe Donald and Daisy is valuable. It's a golden moment. It's going to be like, so what I've been doing is as it goes lower and items start coming closer to me, I'm like reevaluating my situation and getting those grails that were once unobtainable to me. Because the Donald and Daisy, I'll be able to get that shit down the line. Even if the market recovers a bit more, I'll still be able to get a Donald and Daisy.
Yeah, it's not out of
reach.
Know,
that C3PO or the Superman, it's out of my reach. In a bull run.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, for sure.
So that's just what I've been doing. So I have 9 collectibles right now. Just because I've been getting rid of everything and just getting like my top, like, right? I have a bunch of comics because I really going on comics, but I'm, you know, as of recently, I've been less about the collectibles. I just wanted some grails, but I've been mostly wanting more comics.
Well, I've also seen a lot of people that go in again, I watched a Cavell Anderson video where they were doing the math like on the Star Wars and they were talking about like, well, if you would have bought the secret rare, it's gonna be semi difficult to find somebody that's gonna give you $10,000-$20,000 for this secret rare item versus if you would have put $5,000 and bought all commons and just started flipping them, liquidating those. Because that's going to be an easier sell, and it's maybe you see something that you want. It's going to be easier for me to move these commons and get that money up to get what I want versus like, all right, well, let me sell this. Oh, it's 20,000. Let me sell mine for 17.5 and see what happens. And it's like, like I'll be real. Even on Twitter, when you see people like, and they show the screenshot of their phone and it's like this item sold, this item sold, this item sold, and they're selling like 20 items at a time. Rarely do you see someone that's got like Marvel MC1 sold 29,000.
Right,
Like
right.
once in a while you see then that sticks out in your head. You're like, damn, someone bought that. Damn.
I mean, people are still buying them. Though.
Yeah, but at not at the same rate.
Not at the same rate.
I bet you I could sell 100 Marvel 1 commons possibly faster than if I had one secret rare.
In this climate, I don't know if you can sell 100 Marvel 1 comics at this moment. It's difficult to sell any item right now. I put up an item I tried to put up Superman because I was gonna get R2D2, and I was like, let me get rid of my Superman and get R2D2 just so I could complete the set. And I put it up for like 10 minutes, and I was like, nah, I'm not doing that shit. Superman's dope. But I noticed that I was looking at the market, even when other items, I sit there and I refresh all day, looking at item prices. Shit's not moving. Shit's not moving.
Speed.
Not moving.
A lot of you gotta like. You have to really be willing to undercut to make something happen.
Yeah. I seen items at the floor sit there. And that's why I think that prices are going down so low because it's not selling and people are like, let me lower the price. Let me lower the price. Somebody else puts an item. You're going to try to beat him. And now you're both playing the game of who's setting the floor lower. You know?
Yeah.
And I did that. I ain't going to lie. When I had 4 respectives, you know? I had 4 and I got rid of 2. And to get the Darth Vader that went down $1,000 the next day. And when I was selling it, I was fucking playing the game. I put my shit for $320. Somebody put theirs for $315. I'm like, oh, you go asshole. $305. And then he comes back 3. And I'm like, all right, $298. And he goes $297. And I'm like, oh. And we're going back and forth. So a lot of people are doing that. And I suggest people stop doing that. Stop doing that. Yo, shout outs to my collectibles. I hope you get better. I know my boy's been sick, and I tuned into your live stream earlier, which was pretty good. You were giving away the drop head, the Omi for the drop heads. Guys, go follow my collectibles. He's putting in work, man. I love that guy, and he's funny too. All right, so do we have another topic?
All right, so the other topic we got is the AMA. The AMA when they talked about cashing out.
Ooh, cashing out, guys.
So let me ask you, Smurf. This is hypothetical.
Hypothetical.
You got 10,000 gems.
Ooh, I got 10,000 gems.
Hypothetical, right?
I'm buying a Walt.
You cashing out?
No. There's no way I'm cashing out. I'm not cashing out. There's no way I'm cashing out.
Okay. Not even like 1,000 gems.
No. There's no way. No. I am not looking forward to cash out. I actually want this shit to be postponed till December. I really do because once we get cash out, I don't think the market's going to recover, but I don't think the market's going to crash. I think that if anything is going to create more confidence in the project, and I'll be able to tell my brother, hey, my brother's not putting money into the project because you can't get your money out. One of my best friends in LA is not putting their money in because they can't cash out. So there's going to be people that are going to trust the project more because you can cash out, you know? But no, it's not for me. It's not for me. I don't plan on taking any profits for years, you know, unless God forbid something happens and I end up in the hospital and can't work, then I might, but it has to be a circumstance like that. Guys, I'm here for the long run and you're not getting rid of me. So get used to this face because you're going to see this face around for years.
I'm with you, bro. Like for me personally, like, so when VEVE allowed you to put all your OMI into the VEVE app, so they could one day potentially have like OMI to NFT and VEVE land sales and stuff like this. See, for me personally, my OMI is not going into any NFTs. I'm keeping my OMI. But I initially put it in there because I was like, well, maybe they will have like a rewards for people that stake and they keep their OMI in VEVE. And so I was with that. And I was like, well, if they do land sales, then, you know.
But that's ahead, though. That's a time.
Yeah.
That's you still got time.
But that's initially what I did. But for me, VEVE is either going to 10 million or it's going to 0. You know, and I'm hanging.
No, VEVE is here to stay, bro.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like for me personally, it's like I put in a good amount of money last year, a really good amount, at least for what I consider a good amount of money for me. And when I put that money in, I had already made the decision either my investment is gonna change my life, or all that money's gone. And there's no middle ground for me. It's like we're either creating generational wealth, or I learned a very expensive lesson.
You know what? I'm in the same place. You know, I'm putting my money into the app that I'm not even looking at something that I'm gonna need in the future.
Yeah.
I'm putting my money in there off the bat, knowing I'm not seeing that money because I'm gonna just let it play out in the app.
See what happens
within the collectibles. Now, I might sell an item to buy another item.
Yeah.
But I can't see myself, even if cash out was available last week, I couldn't see myself selling my items now and cashing out because I'm gonna lose my position. And I think that a lot of people think like that. And the people, do you think that people that are trying to cash out has already cashed out?
Like, what do you mean?
Like, for example, I know that there was people trying to cash out months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that when MTO finally does get here, people are going to start cashing out all day? Or do you think that people that are trying to cash out have figured out creative ways of cashing out already?
There's already creative ways. People are selling their gems at half price or whatever range they're selling it. Or, you know, like when they had transfers available, there were people transferring each other items and just be like, well, here's my wallet address. Send me X amount of Bitcoin or ETH or whatever you were trading for. And they were just making it happen. And that's what they had these escrows for, is like, so the cash out thing, I think, is already going on. And I don't think this slowed anyone down. But to be like straight up able to cash out through VEVE, I think once that's an actual opportunity, I think for me personally, maybe this is a little selfish, is that when this happens, I'd expect to see a price dip in everything. I expect to see
a big dip or a mediocre dip. And how long?
I expect to see, if I'm just going to throw numbers out, this doesn't mean I know anything. This is not financial advice. I am not a technical analysis expert by any means. But if I just had to guess, I'm expecting to see like a 30% dip in the market.
Ooh, that's a big one. That's a deep.
It is. Well, considering if your item was 10,000 and it went down to 7, that's a big jump. But I also expect that dip to be very short-lived.
Okay.
I expect that dip to be eaten up in 2-3 weeks.
Ooh, that's a long dip.
I don't think so.
I mean, something inside of me tells me that if people are going to sell their items to cash out, they've already done it. I think people are sitting on gems and not buying items already. I don't think that people are waiting for the actual day to sell their items and cash out. I think that if somebody, okay, I'm cashing out as soon as it happens, they've been selling out their collection.
I disagree.
Oh, man.
You know, the only reason I disagree is because I feel that a lot of people, and this is not to downplay anyone, I just think in general, in the time and age that we live in, a lot of people fail to do their own research.
Right.
They're just going off of hype and speculation and what they see on Twitter. And I think for the most part, a large part of the community is probably not on Twitter all day, every day, in the Discord and just going ham and trying to find out every little detail.
Right.
I think a lot of them are just hearing things third party and just going, oh man. And it's the same. And I feel like it's like the game telephone. Like when you used to play telephone as a kid, like you tell someone something, they tell someone else, they tell the third person, fourth person, fifth person. By the time it gets back to you, it's a totally different story.
Right.
And so I feel like that's what's going to happen to a lot of these people in the market. They're going to hear it from someone that heard it from someone that heard it from someone else. And so the timelines and the deadlines and the prices are all going to be skewed because people have added in their own opinions. And some people will take that as fact and then they add their own opinions and it starts changing everything. So I feel like I feel like some people will try to undercut each other the day before, thinking that they're making a good move, and then come to find out 3 weeks from now, it's like, you should have just kept it.
Yo, you know,
if you want to make those moves for MTL, this is just my opinion, that those moves should have already been made. If MTL is this close, even if MTL is a month away, those moves should have already been made, and those gems should have already been stored on the side, ready to be liquidated.
Yeah, most people on VEVE are. I don't want to say that most of them are crypto savvy, but a lot of the people on VEVE are. Just because VEVE is not commercially available to the public like that, to where people know about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of people on VEVE might. Well, you're right. People don't do their research. Yeah, you're right. One thing I do have to say is that whenever we do get cash out, not everybody's gonna have access to it at once.
Correct.
So because it's gonna be a gradual thing where 1,000 people get to cash out this week, 1,000 more, it's gonna stretch it to where the dip is not gonna be so significant, especially because once it starts rolling out and people have it and people are announcing it, hey guys, I just cashed out, got Bitcoin for my shit, it took 3 hours, then people are gonna be more willing to come in and whales are gonna start buying floors up. And that's the scary part.
I think the whales are smart. I think they're gonna let that run for a little bit. I think the most part, when people see the opportunity to cash out, I think a lot of people are just gonna jump in and try to liquidate and try to cash out as soon as possible because they think they're gonna beat the crash. But again,
we're already in the crash.
yeah. But like I said, I think it's gonna dip lower.
You think it's gonna get dipped lower?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's just my opinion.
30% lower.
That's just what I think.
Okay.
Not financial advice.
Okay.
I'm no expert. I'm just.
Yeah.
It's just my opinion.
Yeah. Things could definitely get lower.
So I feel like for the most part, people don't panic until the very last second, while the people who have planned.
I think people are panicking. People have been panicking. People are figuring out ways out. I did a poll on the VEVE feed, and I started asking people, "Yo, you guys cashing out?" A lot of people already sold their items and are just waiting to cash out. Some people are buying gems off app and just holding the gems to cash out on the gems they bought off app.
People are committing arbitrage.
Yeah, so it's almost like I don't see a dip coming. I see a very small one, but it's not going to be so significant. I think that there's going to be a bigger dip if the recession runs throughout the end of the year and if we don't get cash out. There's a lot of things, but who knows, man? I'm not a professional, man. I'm just a collector, bro. I'm just an NFT collector.
I feel you. I'm the same, and that's why I said, like, for me personally, my strategy is more time based than, I don't want to say more than price based, because I do have a price. Superman get to $1 million tomorrow, I'm selling Superman. Like,
Yeah,
I don't give a damn.
price. I do got a price.
That's what I'm saying. I got a price, but I also have. I don't want to say my prices are outrageous, but my prices are based on patience and what I think will happen in the long term. So for me personally, like I said, my strategy is I like to keep VEVE fun. I enjoy the entertainment value of it. But mine is more of a timeline. Like, all right, let me check my Superman every 6 months.
Yeah.
Because there's no Superman things coming out. There's nothing pumping it right now, or my Doctor Doom or anything like that. So I'm just holding. And again, I made these decisions the moment I bought some of these items. I had already had that in mind. Like, before I bought my Superman, I was like, if I'm gonna buy this, I'm gonna hold this thing for a long time.
Yeah.
And I had already made that decision before, and I got it for $100. So that's nothing. Right now I'm like 7x. I'm making money, but I'm still not moving it because I feel that my patience will persevere.
Right.
And so that's why, like, for me personally, again, I'm a little bit in the secondary market, making small moves.
Right.
Flipping a couple of cheap comics here and there, so I get the next 2 or 3 drops for free, and I'm not really tripping on anything. I find it a little more of like a game, but I'm not flipping my big items and trying to play this like, well, let me see if I get it back. Like, nah.
No, I'll flip my big items if I'm going for a bigger item.
Yeah, then you're not flipping. You're in the hopes
Upgrading.
Yeah, you're in the hopes of upgrading. So I've upgraded a couple of items, and some of them have bit me in the ass, but some of them have also,
That Darth Vader bit me in the ass. I'm still sour about that.
Steamboat Willie bit me in the ass hard. I bought it at 5K. It said under a G. I sold a couple of things, but what I will say is that when I did it, a lot of those items were at the peak, so I got lucky. Like, I sold a Joker to get my Steamboat Willie, right? But I sold my Joker when he was like at 700. Right now he's like at 200.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I got him for like 160.
Yeah.
So that wasn't a bad flip. That wasn't a bad move.
Joker is so dope.
Joker's
He's
dope.
so dope.
He's dope. Like, I know he's not like super valuable, but just as a character, as an NFT, he's dope.
I almost feel like DC has an issue of making their items look dope. I feel like DC items don't look. They got lucky with Superman. That's one of the DC items that they could have easily fucked up. They fucked up a lot of DC items. Like the Harley Quinns don't look that good. Obviously the Elektra, but even Superman, a lot of people aren't too happy with how he looks. The shininess, his face.
Yeah.
They got really lucky with that one.
It's Superman.
They could have fucked him up and people would have not cared about him, right?
Yeah, but it's Superman.
Right. Do you think that the visually how they look affects the price?
Slightly.
Right?
Like slightly, but at the same rate, it's Superman. And not only that, and I know a lot of people don't like it, but because you don't technically VV still has the opportunity to upgrade items. So who says that in the future your Superman won't be upgraded? Because they've already talked about like possibly giving him like different capes and different accessories to hook your characters up.
That's fresh.
So, and imagine an all gold Superman.
Ooh, that's a golden moment right there. An all gold Superman, that would be a whole different other Superman. It wouldn't be yours. Because who knows? Guys, let us know in the comments down below. How do you guys feel about VV upgrading your items? How do you feel about that?
For me personally, I know a lot of people want to keep it where like they don't no longer have access to it because it's in your private wallet and whatever. But I don't see VV downgrading your items. Like, what benefit would they get?
Well, I mean, they could upgrade them in a way to where it's downgrade to you.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I personally believe that the opportunity to upgrade an item should be
an option,
the consumer's option. Where like when you have a MacBook, like you don't have to upgrade to the new operating system if you don't want to.
But then it stops working.
I mean, mine continues to work. It's not upgraded.
No, but I mean, if you want to upgrade your phone, you won't be able to use certain apps.
True. But I also think that I think that option will be based on if like there's mini games and things like that and what's compatible and what's not compatible. But I think the
DeLorean, right? Like, if there's an upgrade, do you guys feel like the upgrade should be to everybody or should it be an option?
I think it should be an option.
Okay.
Because somebody might like the way the DeLorean is or their Superman.
Would that change the value? Would that make it the same item? Because now you're going to have two categories on the marketplace. The animated Superman or the blue cape Superman. Like, how many more categories can you have, right?
Well, I mean, I think
2 upgrades, 3 upgrades. And what if the upgrade is significant to the utility of it? Because I know that Niantic they work with the technology to where you can see items go behind other items in the environment, right?
Occlusion.
Right. So now, in order for your DeLorean to function correctly, it needs to be upgraded. Now, if you're going to upgrade something in real life, it stops working like a phone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that not upgrading them should be an option, or do you think it's a flaw?
No, I think it should be an option because even when the upgrades are applicable or available, the OG like untouched, unwrapped, or I mean like completely like even with toys like there's toys with upgrades that you can buy and everything, but that X-Men toy that's still in the same cover that's never been touched is more valuable because it hasn't been played with.
Right.
It's the original.
I wouldn't want them to upgrade my item. I don't want to wake up to Superman having a blue cape. I'm gonna be upset because that's not what I bought. That's not what. The drivable aspect of it is different because that's something that, like, for example,
more utility.
If the upgrade was the cape moving, that's different than changing his hairstyle or changing his pose. Like, I'll be upset if they change the pose of the Superman.
Oh yeah.
Or so then who's to say where's the limits? Is it a functionality? Is it the same item? Might as well release an animated Superman if you're gonna do all those upgrades, right?
I don't disagree with that. I just feel that the option to upgrade should remain an option. That when the update comes out and there should be a thing where it says, would you like to update your Superman? And then it has a list of, the functionality or what it changes on your Superman. And then you click yes or no. And then you either upgrade or you don't.
I believe that if they're going to upgrade my item, one, it needs to be because of some technical aspect of it, some utility where it wouldn't work unless it had this upgrade, and it would have to be internal. I don't want it to be visually changing what I bought.
I understand.
Like, I just don't want them to change what I bought.
I understand.
Like, if you give it some type of upgrade or a technical utility, then it's different, like the dinosaur. Like, what if T-Rex, You bought it because it roared and it roared going down. And now that they upgraded, he's doing this and it looks weird. And it's like, yo, you just ruined my item. Now I don't want it.
I understand
You
that.
could drop the value of that.
I understand. Again, that's why I just think this should be an option. Although unless it's internal. Like if it provides you with more functionality or it's required to be more visible in AR or whatever it is, but it doesn't change the aesthetic look, then I have no issues.
That's where I'm at.
But I think if it changes something aesthetically or it degrades your functionality, then I think that should be an option.
Well, they've already downgraded because the DeLorean was drivable and then they took it away.
But then they gave it back and the price still went down.
Yes, facts. Guys, what do you guys think? Let us know in the comments down below. Winnie the Pooh was 120 last night and now 180. Insane. Woody and Winnie the Pooh are two of the biggest gems right now.
I'm not going to disagree with that.
I'm not going to disagree with that. And I did
Winnie
notice.
the Pooh is 120? Shit.
I have noticed that he was at 120 yesterday.
Gosh.
I have noticed that my volt went up a few hundred, which is nothing because everything is still down. But yeah, I think the AMAs and them confirming cash out might have created a better sentiment within the community. Maybe I don't know.
So let me ask you this, Smurf. I don't know if you want to say this online.
I'm an open book.
What is the highest value your vault has ever been? And how much have you put in to get that value?
Ooh, I don't know how much I've put in, but I've had my vault to like almost 9K.
Okay.
You know, and I know that might not seem like a lot to everybody, but I really don't have that much money to put in. And I got on here late. I got on in December of last year. So when I came in, it was right when everything was pumping. So a lot of the items I got at a high rate. You know, I got my Spider-Man comic book at $250. So to look at it at 40 gems right now, my heart is I got more. You know, I started stacking some of those Spider-Man comics.
Yeah.
And that's what we got to do. We got a dollar cost average as we go down. So I overpaid for a lot of items just because when I came in, it was during the wave of where everything was looking healthy. My volt's value at like maybe at my collectibles right now, like at 4.6, you know, but I don't have that many collectibles. I got 60 something comics that used to be worth maybe almost 4 G's, you know, but, yeah, how much money have I put in? I don't know how much money I've put in, to tell you the honest truth, because I usually just put in little by little. You know, every now and then I'll put 20, I'll put 50, I'll put 20, whenever I get a good tip at work, you know. Guys, I'm a tattooer. I own my own tattoo studio in Vegas. So if you guys are ever in here, come visit me. But when
I get one from him, I got one from Smurf Trust. It's good work.
It's good work, guys. Are you just saying that because we're in the same room?
No, because I actually, you're the only tattoo that I have that's visible when I'm completely dressed.
Ooh, that's freaky, guys. Make some noise for us. You know what? Steve is actually in front of me right now. He's at my house. Yeah. So because he's here, I'm actually dressed, because usually when I do my videos, I'm in my underwear, guys. All right, so let's go back. I don't know how much money I've put in. I know that Cricket has checked that because she went through her history. I'm scared to do that. I don't even want to do that. When she goes, yo, I'm going to go look at how much I put in. I'm like, I'm not even going to look at that shit right now, yo.
So I'll tell you mine. My highest vault evaluation was like a 75K. In the past year, I've only put in 3K. But I got lucky. I got in March of last year. So I managed to get in before the wave. I think currently like I'm at like 20K. Off of 3. So I'm not mad at all. I'm actually still in profit, even though some of my high ticket items have, like my Steamboat Willie took a big hit, but I'm still, what is that? 6, almost 7x from when I started. So even then for me, like, I'm not upset. Like, and if it dropped another 30%, it could drop another 70%.
It's going to keep dropping.
Yeah. But that's also why I said, it's like, I'm just going to wait. My strategy is based on time.
Yeah. I don't care. You know, when I came in and I started buying items, I was buying items as this shit was crashing. So I never got to see my vault 2, 3, 4, 5x at any point.
I understand.
So that's what I'm waiting for.
I understand.
You know, all the money that I put into the app has been within the last 4 months for the most part. You know, when I first came in December, the first thing I bought was a Spider-Man comic, because, you know, that's the first thing I saw. And I was like, oh shit, they got Spider-Man #1. that's a no-brainer. I bought it. But I wasn't buying items because I was still new to the game. I was figuring it out.
Yeah.
I didn't really start purchasing items until the end of January. And that's when we started crashing. So everything that I've bought has been losing value. So I never got to see my Volt in a bull run, which is why I'm excited for it. And I'm
for the next one.
Yeah, for the next one, I should be sitting in a better place. And it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, it's not a race, guys. This is just positioning yourself to be in a better place. My Collectibles is saying if they are upgrading, it should happen quick, like the Thor eye thing. Otherwise, just leave them, in my honest opinion. Yo, I agree with that. I don't want them to upgrade my items. Don't touch my NFTs, bro. They're called non-fungible tokens, which means you can't change them shits.
Leave them alone.
But I do believe that VEVE should have access to them because the technology is going to grow. And as the technology is getting better, we need to upgrade these NFTs to keep up with the technology. So that's why I'm saying when it comes to the mechanics of these items, that's when they should be touching them. I don't want you touching my Superman in any inappropriate manner before I call HR. Who agrees with me? I'm just saying.
Show me on this Superman where he touched you.
You know, don't touch my Superman because Superman's going to tell me, bro. He's going to look a little different. You know, his little curl in his hair. It's going to be a little bit. I'm like, why is that turning counterclockwise today, Spidey? I mean, Clark Kent.
Yeah.
It's LGBTQ month, so it is what it is, guys. We're celebrating with the comic book drop that we had today.
Alpha Flight.
That's probably still for sale in the market.
We've been on for like an hour. Let's see. Is Alpha Flight still for sale?
It's still for sale, guys. This is the first time that we've had a comic book not sell out. I can't think of any other time. Does anybody know? Please let me know in the comments down below. Has a comic book ever stayed on the market for this long? And is this, you know what? When I first came into the app and you were telling me about items not selling out, was alien to me. Because when I came in, it was during the bull run.
Mm-hmm. Everything was moving.
And now, and then all I kept telling to myself is like, man, I wish I could go back in time. I want to get a Doom. That's that when you got your Doom and you were telling me about it, I was like, ooh, I want one.
I got Doom for 100 also. I got Doom for 101.
Okay, so when I saw him, he was at 1,300. And then I was like, oh, I want one. And I want to go back in time to a time to where things weren't selling out. People were getting good deals. Guys, we are here right now.
Yeah.
This is back in time. Look, shit's not even selling out right now. I could possibly buy this right now and get a secret rare.
You could.
But then there's less secret rares there's only 500 secret rares when there's usually 6.
How many are available still? If you go into the store, it'll tell you how many still available.
All right, let me go to the store. Oh.
It should tell you how many are how many are been sent out and what's still available.
I can't see it right here from the desktop. It does. Oh, I saw odd one. Oh, I could see them. Hold on. I don't know why I can't scroll. Oh, there you go. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna scroll over here and see how many we got. 500 left.
500 secret rares left.
But we got 20,000 commons left. So those are not good odds.
So you got like a 5% chance of getting one.
1 in 59.
Ooh.
You know, so I'm definitely not going for this. And no. These covers don't look cool to me. I mean, the commons, to me, the common comic books are the best looking ones. I love it. That's why I think Star Wars #1 is gonna do better than the uncommon, the rare, the ultra rare. Maybe not the secret rare, but that's just where I stand with that. But yeah, this comic book is still available, guys. This is a first. Embrace it. We are here early, and this is your chance.
So one more topic before we start wrapping up.
All right.
One more topic. I want to talk about Omi real quick.
Omi.
So you still got some Omi, right, Smurf?
I do got some Omi, guys.
Okay.
I do got some Omi.
So I got some Omi too.
But I'm not buying Omi.
I have like almost 5 million, which isn't even really that much.
It sounds like a lot though.
Yeah.
5 million. What? You got 5 million Omi?
Oh, yeah. It's barely worth anything. But I will say that there's like a few bets that I've seen online on Twitter about people thinking that we're gonna reach the triple digits. So it'll be like 0009 or. You know, that's the bet currently.
Right. It's going to keep going lower as long as Bitcoin keeps going lower, guys.
Yeah. But what I do enjoy about it is that it's burning the supply. And eventually, during the next run, that will just increase the value of each one. I was actually thinking of buying some, uh, maybe this week. I almost bought some the other day, and uh, it was like at 111111111, and I was like, I'm gonna wait. I still, because the sentiment of the market is still really low. So
The sentiment of the world
yeah,
is low. And I'm not buying any Omi right now, guys. Don't get it fucked up. If I'm going to put any money into anything, I'm getting collectibles first because I believe that the collectibles are going to have a better run in the short term. And, you know, if I'm able to sell my collectibles for Ethereum or Bitcoin or USDT, I'm able to just buy Omi from selling my collectible, which I can do after my collectible goes up. Because I feel like my collectible is going to 10x before my Omi 10x's. And if I'm able to just play the collectible games, you know, I don't see Omi going anywhere until this year's over. That's just my personal opinion.
I don't disagree with you 100%. I don't. I think that during cash out, the prices of a lot of this stuff is going to come down. Like I said, I think personally when MTL happens and a lot of people can cash out, there's going to be a panic rush to get out. People are going to be racing.
But there's also going to be a panic rush to come in because
Yeah,
there's a lot of whales that stop playing the VV game because cash out is taking so long.
I understand. And once people can get out,
and once they can get out, they're going to be like, okay, now it's really time to play it.
now it's really time to
So
get in.
it's going to balance out. It's going to balance.
I think the whales are going to let people get out for a little bit. Like, get out, keep going.
Yeah, but the problem is you're not the only whale. So there's other whales that you're competing against. You're not just sitting here waiting for the regular person to clock out.
Yeah, but I don't think the whales are acting independently. Like, I don't think it's just
a lot of them are though. A lot of them are.
You could totally be right. But me personally, if I was a whale and I had $1 billion Omi or I had $100,000 to put in,
right?
Ideally, this is just speaking from my point of view, it would be better for me if I was working with a group of people because then we could really move some floors if we were all in on this together.
Yeah, but a lot of whales, the whales that I know, well, I only know two, but one of the whales I know is not part of any Discord.
Mm-hmm.
He stays away from everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And he just doesn't have the same strategy and goals as other whales do.
Mm-hmm.
So he moves alone.
Mm-hmm.
And there's another one, Todd Father.
Mm-hmm.
He moves alone. So there's a lot of whales. Or there's this guy on Spartan. I don't know how he moves. I actually hit him up for his Twitter handle. Or Clayton. You know Clayton?
No.
These guys are, I don't know if they're moving with circles, but there's a lot of people moving alone. Yes, we see the whales that are working together because they make themselves available to the public.
Mm-hmm.
They're on Twitter, they're tweeting, people know who they are. But there's a lot of people, a lot of whales that we don't know who they are.
They keep to themselves.
They keep to themselves and they're not on Twitter. They're not showing their collections off. But I see them on VEVE. I'm on the feed all the time and I'm following people and I'm making friends on there. And I see a lot of people with fucking 1,000 collectibles.
Mm-hmm.
And I hit them up and I comment on their shit. And I'm like, yo, you guys got a Twitter? They'll ignore it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, man, they don't, all right, it is what it is, you know? So,
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. I don't think there's going to be that much of a big dip just because everybody's expecting it already. That's why I don't think it's going to happen. People are expecting it and people are waiting for that moment to happen to jump into the opportunity. And I think that a lot of people are thinking like that, you know? And, I think that more people are waiting to come in than people are willing to come out.
I don't disagree. I think
That's where my mind's at.
You could be right. I think you could be right. I don't know. You could be right. I think that
And you could be right. We could both be right.
we could both be wrong.
We could both be wrong.
Who knows?
All right. Agree to disagree.
Yeah.
But I thought I was saving my gems to cash out. And I just keep spending them. And I wasn't saving my gems to actually cash out. I was saving them because of that mentality. I'm like, oh man, things are gonna dip. But as I'm looking at the market, because I'm in the market all day,
Yeah.
I'm just looking for items. And sometimes when I have gems saved up, and then I see an item that has a great mint number, I'm like the Frida Kahlo.
Yeah.
I sold her. I bought her and I sold her 2 times already, right? And I was like, I'm gonna get her back. So I had the gems on standby, and I saw her for like maybe it was like 230 or 220, and it was a mint number like a 199.
Oh, that's good, man.
And I was like, oh shit! So I bought it and I flipped it, you know. But I keep doing that. I don't have the self discipline to be like, oh, I'm gonna keep these 500 gems just for an item that I want because there's so many deals already,
Yeah.
and I'd rather go for stuff that's season 1, season 2, season 3 than to start going for a T-Rex animated. Like I'd rather go buy a fucking anything from season 1, 2, or 3.
I feel like my issue is that like I feel like if I really got into the flipping game and I got good at it, I would obviously set myself up for a better position in the future. But at the same rate, I feel that you have to trust your own strategy, whatever it may be, and you have to let it play out. It's hard to like judge whether something worked or not if you keep changing everything. And so, again, I have little things that I do flip to make little profits or so I get the next items. But in general, my strategy is time.
My strategy is time as well. I keep items, and there's some items that I don't touch. You know, like my Darth. I'm not gonna sit there and try to flip him and get him back, and he's gonna sit.
I'm waiting to get an ultra rare Darth Vader, and once I do, he's gonna sit there right next to Superman for years.
Yeah, and that's where I'm at. I got a Darth Vader and a Superman, and they're gonna stay next to each other like good little boys.
That's right.
You know, as long as VEVE doesn't come around and touch them, because then I'm gonna be really upset. As far as Omi goes, though, I am not buying any Omi. I am putting most of my money in collectibles, and because I think that my collectibles will go up faster than Omi does. I'm gonna start worrying about Omi once I start seeing the world be in a better place, because I do see these collectibles going through a better run before the world gets better. This world could stay in this climate, but as long as we get cash out, we get some more even utility, these collectibles could go further up than Omi. I believe in the long term, Omi's going to be king, just because VEVE is just one project that's going to be burning the token or utilizing it. So, but you know, at the end of the day, my bag is in the VEVs and the NFTs. You know, just because I'm more into it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm more into it.
I understand.
You know, and I'll sell some NFTs for Omi once I'm able to, because I believe that Omi is going to be still at a good price by the time I'm able to cash out for crypto. And that's the only time I will cash out is to get Omi. But I'd rather just put in more fiat to buy Omi than to cash out a collectible.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, collectibles are here to stay, guys. I'm not playing. Look at the price. VEVE needs to lower counts during this market, and since not as many on app as they thought. Like mint numbers. Do you think that VEVE is putting out too many items, too many NFTs?
No.
Okay, me neither. No. Sorry, Nick Bachelor.
No, I don't think there should be like 100,000 run, but I think what they're doing right now is because we're discussing about the prices right now, but in reality, like again, if the goal is truly mass adoption, and let's say 10 million people are on, and there's 60,000 collectibles, like that's not even 1%.
Yeah. No, we don't have enough. I believe you don't have enough.
I'm okay with the numbers that we're at.
Yo, we got 100 Donald and Daisies available on the market. You know how easily that number could just shrink with just a few people coming in here and just buying a few.
So if there's 100 left, if 1% of the community bought one Daisy and Donald, there'd still be thousands of people of the community that couldn't afford it, or it would be gone.
Right.
They'd be gone.
Yeah. You know, and the beauty about this project is that sometimes we like to think that somebody needs to come in here and spend $7,000 on a vault. And it's like, yeah, nobody's going to upload $7,000, but somebody can easily be on the space for 2 to 3 years, accumulate items that could potentially buy that $7,000 item. So, and at the same time, $7,000 is nothing if we have Ethereum whales come into the space.
$7,000 just in real money. Let's be real. I know a lot of us aren't rich, but even then, $7,000 is not a crazy amount of money.
It's not, but it is.
People blow $7,000 on going out eating lunch in a year.
Yeah. But I'm talking about like the regular person is not. I mean, who knows?
The regular person is not going to upload $7K.
No. But the digital space, like people that have Ethereum. Yo, OpenSea is selling items for like $40K, $100K of items that nobody has no idea what they are.
Yeah.
Right. So once we're able to get those people the accessibility of buying gems through Ethereum, or bringing Ethereum into the platform, or even buying Omi with their Ethereum to come into the platform, is going to change the game. Some of these prices, especially the FAs of these characters, it's over. Like right now, the Donald and Daisy sitting at 200 is crazy. Iron Man, under 500. That is crazy.
Got him on the drop. Thank God.
Man, he is so that's cheap right now. It's at 400. Bro, if I like all it takes is one guy
Come
with 200,000
come
of
through.
Ethereum just to come in and buy the whole floor. These items,
Not even the whole floor.
He's-
He could buy the whole collectible. Buy a whole.
that's
item
it.
Out.
Buy the whole thing. He'll buy the whole
Gone.
floor, and
All the Iron
somebody will
Mans
do
are
that.
Gone.
Somebody will do that. Somebody will do that.
Because then you can change the price. You could be like, well, now Iron Man's 10,000. No problem.
Somebody's saying we shouldn't be doing 30,000 comics right now. I
mean,
think that we should.
I don't think anything's wrong with that.
No.
You look at it like this. In the real world, like it sounds like a lot now, but let's put this into the future. Respectfully, people are going to lose access to their account. People are going to forget passwords. Unfortunately, people are going to die and those accounts are going to go dead. And in the future, those 30,000 is going to start reducing and it's going to start reducing. And these items that are gone forever. And so 30,000 is going to become 10, it's going to become 5, it's going to become 500. And then what?
And I think that when somebody comes into the space, we need to have an almost unlimited number of items available. You know, like almost an unlimited. When you walk into a comic book store in real life, it would suck if there was only 10 comics.
Oh, the store wouldn't exist.
So you need to come in here and have 1,000 comics. You got to look through them. That's part of the fun, being able to come in, because
That's part of collecting.
that's part of collecting. Is a collector's app, right? And the beauty is that the more comics that are not as valuable they put out, right? The more comic books, the more valuable our grails become.
Yes.
You know, and who's to say, a whale could come in here just like with the Iron Man example. It happened with the Star Wars comic. You remember one day when we woke up and the common was at $80, $90? That was crazy. And what happened was whales came in overnight and just swept the floor.
Bought a bunch of them.
And what happens? The price tripled overnight. It wasn't gradual where you were able to see it. And that's
just
what's going to happen with these golden moments. So, and it's going to happen soon. This is going to happen within the next 3 months. Remember when we woke up and we saw Winnie the Pooh fucking 500 when it was at 3? That it's going to happen. When we're going to come in, you're going to wake up, your Donald and Daisy is going to be at 1K. And you're going to be like, damn, I should have bought that shit last week when it was at 2. And that's where we're going to be sitting at, you know? So guys, don't buy the trashy NFTs on the app. Make sure you go get the grails. Not financial advice, but that's my strategy. I'm trying to get the grails that I can afford, you know?
Yeah.
So it is what it is. Ooh, how's everybody feeling out there? How you feeling, Steve? You tired?
I feel good. No, I'm not tired. I'm just really trying to play this game to the best of my abilities so that in the future I can set myself up to be doing considerably well.
Yeah. Playing the market is a, you know, and then being, you know, I know we talk about holding items and not, but just like you said, if you would have sold your Superman and bought them back, you could have. People do that, but people have enough items to where they can do that. You know, I only have like 2 or 3 grails that I would consider, like, well, for me at least, they're grails, right? So it's much more difficult for me to play the game because if I lose one, it's gonna affect me. You know,
It'll be substantial.
It's gonna be substantial. So but I do understand that learning how to play the market, especially when to buy items, is a big key.
Oh, for
you know,
sure.
you don't want to buy the item while it's hype. You don't want to buy Darth Vader at 24 like I did. You know, you want to wait, but Darth Vader is an exception because that's one of the items that could have potentially not come down.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Darth Vader.
Somebody says that no one is saying not to have variety. That's a completely different thing. Scarcity is what gives value. So what I'm going to say about scarcity giving it value is that if I have a Marvel Comics #1, which I do have, if I have a Marvel Comics #1, the more comic books that VEVE puts out, it makes it more scarce by default.
Oh yeah, because the percentage of comics that it holds is gradually decreased.
Right. So if you got 10 Marvel Comics #1 and there's 100 comics total, that's still scarce. But if you got 10 Marvel Comics #1 and now you got 1,000 other comics, that became more scarce.
Yeah, without anything changing.
So I might have to disagree on that sentiment that scarcity is what gives value, because yes, it's true, but by putting out more comics in real life, there's millions of comics.
Yeah, it's already increasing the scarcity.
They're printing comics right now. They've been printing comics since the 30s, right?
Yeah, and they're not gonna stop.
And they're not gonna stop. And does that devalue the Spider-Man #1 comic in real life? No, it
Not at
doesn't.
all.
So
If
I'm
anything,
sorry
it
about
ups the
that.
value, because now it's a bunch more garbage surrounding this really valuable thing. So
Right.
it makes it even shine a little
Right.
bit more.
Yeah, and somebody coming into the space, they can't afford a Spider-Man #1. You're gonna have to make something for them to have and available for them to purchase. When I came onto the app, I didn't know what I was doing. I started buying Thing. I started buying little shit that I was just like, oh, cool, Thing. Oh, cool, Steve Rogers. I mean, they're still valuable. Don't get me wrong, guys. They're still cool. But I was just buying little random shit just because, oh, I could spend $5 on this. That's cool. You know, now I'm just like, okay, no, I want to make bigger moves. But I don't
You have to get comfortable.
Yeah,
in the
you do gotta
beginning,
get
you have to get
comfortable.
comfortable with making steps. You got to take baby steps before you start making big leaps, because if you just start making big leaps, you're going to make big errors too.
I'm not comparing scarcity with other things, but within what was dropped.
I still disagree. I don't think, like, again, 30,000 may sound like a lot, but give it time. People die, counts get taken away, passwords get forgotten, people stop caring.
Star Wars was a big mint run. It was a 40,000 comic book run, I believe.
It's still valuable.
And it's still more valuable than any, and it was released at a higher price. It was released at 15 gems.
Still valuable.
And it's still more valuable than anything on the app. It actually became one of the grails. Somewhat one of the grails. So
I don't agree with the scarcity.
they could have
argument.
put 100,000 of those comics,
It's still
and it
valuable.
still would have been valuable.
Yeah, Star Wars.
You know,
I would
because
have bought more of them.
I would have bought more. Yeah, facts. You know, who knows? But yeah, I would have definitely bought more. I got a few. But guys, VV needs more and more comics added. Increase the library. VV then becomes the one and only place for NFT comics. VV needs thousands more. Then the Grow comics have even more valuable. I agree with my collectibles.
I agree. I think it's just going to be time. They're just not trying to. They're not trying to flood the market.
They are trying to flood the market.
But not at a. They could. Let's talk about it. If there's 1 million comic books, right?
Right.
They could drop a comic book every single day. How many years would it take to get to 1 million? In 10 years, there's only 3,000 days. So you'd be dropping a comic book every day for over 100 years. That's not even flooding the market. If there was 1 million different comics, it would take over 100 years to be a third of that. So I don't think they're flooding the market. Now, if they want to flood the market, they're going to drop 2 or 3 every day.
Flooding the market has a negative connotation to it. Flooding the market just means that they're putting out more than what people, and it's happening. They've already flooded the market because this comic book is still available.
Yeah, but people can't be scared of that. Again, don't get it twisted, guys. They're aiming to be the Walmart. Go to Walmart. Nothing's fucking sold out.
Everything is there, and
everything
is
is there, and it's cheap.
And that's what's beauty, because when somebody comes into the app, they should be able to buy a bunch of cheap shit. That's what Walmart is, and that's what needs to be happening in the collectible space. Obviously, we're here early enough that we can get the first appearance of these items and the Grail comics at a reasonable rate.
And don't get it twisted. When you go to Walmart, there's a section of expensive stuff.
Is there?
Go to Walmart. Go look at the big ass TVs. $1,000.
Even dishes are cheap.
I
They're
mean,
like $300 TVs.
Yeah, but they're also sitting right next to the $6 frisbee.
Yeah.
That's nothing, you know?
Yeah. True.
They're both made out of plastic.
That's facts. Guys, at the end of the day, we want more drops. We want to fucking put so many drops. And another thing, the more drops and the more variety, the more chances of keeping people into the app more interested, you know, because
getting more people.
Yeah, it's getting more people, man.
A lot of people don't care about collectibles and comic books. I didn't care about comic books until I got into VV.
But now you do.
Yeah.
VV made me care about Star Wars.
See?
I've never seen Star Wars.
See? Well, there's got to be stuff that's going to get other people that are interested into other things into this app to help build value.
VV, if you're listening to this, we just have one suggestion, man. Yeah, we need showroom items to buy cheap, high minted items just to give you to start building things. VV, if you're listening to this, man, make it to where I can invite my friends to the showroom and we can all hang out in the space. And make it to where I can DM people, create Discord groups within the VV app. I want to create special groups within the VV app. and develop the social aspect of the app, because that's what makes me excited and makes me want to stay in VV. It gets boring right now. It's so boring. I love you, VV, but you're boring right now. There's nothing to do. And because everybody's, the only thing to do is flip items, sell and buy, everybody became an investor because that's the only thing we can do. So make it fun. Put some games in there. Put some mini games in there. I don't know. Do something. But
So you got anything else, Smurf, before we wrap up?
yeah, guys, let's take a deep breath on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the video, guys. Don't play with me.
Make sure to check us out, guys, on Twitter at BBOY Steve Zoo and at VV Arcade. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, leave comments, follow the channel, get all the notifications. And with that being said, we are VV Arcade, and we are out.
Peace, guys.
Peace.
The Green Llama strike.